I'm Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV, and Kendrick Lamar speaks. He finally does his first interview since the whole beef and thing and shebang happened, and him doing his victory lap. Apparently, this is a part of his victory tour. We all know he's doing the Super Bowl this weekend. He's doing the halftime show, so I guess he's doing the interview before that. And Ebro asked him about the Drake beef. Let's listen to what Kendrick Lamar has to say.
You know, was that your intent when you rolled out this year? Was like, yo, I'm drawing a line. Like, this is what it is.
My intent was to always keep, I think from day one was to always keep the nature of it as a sport. You know, I don't care how motherfuckers look at it as far as like, as a collaborative effort, you know, that's cool too, but I love when artists grit their teeth. Like I still watch battle raps. I still watch Smack URL from Murder Mook to Lux to Tay-Rock, you know, my bro Daylight. This has always been the core definition of who I am, and it's been that way since day one. So I don't think it was a thing for this year. It was always just a continuum. And what I will say about this year, it was more from a space where I think a lot of people was putting rap to the back, and you didn't see that. You didn't see that grit. You didn't see that bite anymore. So I always took that in consideration in going into any type of my music.
That's interesting. So I hope this makes sense, right? You know, we've been following your journey for about 15 years, and you have been so consistent in the messaging and the focus, like you said, and you've always moved with integrity. So in a lot of ways, I feel like we thought we knew exactly who you were as an artist in a positive way. And then last year, it felt like you unlocked a whole new dimension for us. But that person, like you said, was always in there. But I'm wondering, do you still surprise yourself sometimes? Did you surprise yourself last year, or was it just us, the fans, with our jaws on the floor, just stunned?
That's a good question. Surprised myself? Nah, I don't think I surprised myself because this, for me and for my partners that's been around me since 2005, 2006, like my brothers, they know my personality. They know my capabilities, even when it wasn't presented to the public at first, right? So this is just like a revolving door of what I've been doing in Carson Studios, at the homie garage, or my brothers at TDE, or just anybody around the city of Compton in LA.
Yeah, clearly Kendrick saying this is just who he is and who he's meant to be and who he was always meant to be. He was always ready to stomp a nigga out, bury him, and piss on his grave if need be. And look, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. As a rapper, you always are supposed to have that type of energy and always carry that type of energy whenever you're writing and whenever you're making your music. You always have to think to yourself that you're the greatest to ever do this, period. So yeah, he always had that in his brain, and he always had those thoughts in his head. That makes sense. And yes, hip-hop is most definitely a sport. Rap is a sport, unfortunately, Drake fans. Even Drake fans should know that rap is a sport because of all the enemies Drake is buried. He got a few bodies, and, you know, he couldn't catch the Pusha T body. He couldn't catch the Kendrick Lamar body. He'll probably never be in a rap battle ever again a day in his life after this one. But at the end of the day, you know, he got 2 dubs, or a dub. Meek Mill, who else did Drake beat? Damn, only person he really beat was, well, he got a dub. He got a dub, okay, and that's fine. But you know, in a lot of ways, Kendrick wanted to say, "Oh man, I was always ready to stomp that nigga out. I've been ready since I met that nigga. Like, damn, he really is a fraud. Got to get you up out the culture quick. And look, he got the chance. He did it. Shout out Kendrick Lamar, man. Anyways, let's watch another clip.
Reincarnated. I didn't know what to do with that song for the first few times I heard of it, just trying to figure out where you possibly came up with the inspiration for a record like that. Like, when you're working on those songs, are you going through multiple versions until the right thing comes to you. It's hard to fathom, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, records like that. First off, shout out to Tupac. That's the number one inspiration. That was always one of my favorite records from him and the Outlaws. With records like that, it's always going into my mind of like, what if, right? And crafting out my what if ideas to the masses. So when I think about concepts and I think about what I actually believe and what I feel, I just go through a breakdown as if I'm reading a book, and how I want people to hear this from a book sequence. So my initial process is, okay, how can I open them up to the story, and how can I drive them to the ending point to make them feel truly exactly what I'm trying to convey, whether they take their own perspective from it or they take mine. I just want you to feel it first. The writing is there, and now it's up to me to perform it to where you can feel it.
Yo, give it up for this guy, Kendrick Lamar. Y'all too quiet, man. This guy, this guy he doesn't sit down and do this too often, so this is a very special conversation. We appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate it.
I really do. And
Yeah, I had to get the K-Dot glaze off real. He's like, it's too quiet in here. This nigga's cooking. He's cooking for sure. And look, he is a Pulitzer Prize winning rapper for a reason, and Reincarnated is an amazing song when you think about it. Just lyricism and storytelling, and just like he said, taking the audience somewhere and driving a point at the end. Kendrick Lamar is a master at doing that, and that is why he is one of the greatest to ever do this. Anyways, let me know what y'all thought about this interview in a whole and in its entirety. If you did watch the whole 30 minutes, let me know what you thought. I am Savvy Mike, and this, as always, is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.